Your morning routine is there to serve you, not the other way around. It wasn't too long ago when I basically had zero morning routine, the classic snooze your alarm 4 times, then scroll on your phone for 20 minutes before finally getting out of bed. That was me. Thankfully, I moved past that stage and realized the value of having some kind of morning routine, but then I ran into a new problem. I watched all the morning routine videos from the biohackers to the aesthetic influencers, and they all seemed nice on the surface and like something that I would like to do, but when I tried implementing them, it just didn't work for me. I quickly realized that most of these people didn't have a regular full-time job like me, and so they could afford to spend 3 hours doing some elaborate morning routine. I couldn't. So not only was it difficult to stay consistent with those types of routines, but even if I did manage to complete it, it did feel nice, not gonna lie, but then I had basically no time left in the morning before I had to go to my full-time job. As someone who's trying to grow a YouTube channel and business alongside my day job, those early mornings are really precious, and it's like my main opportunity during the week to get some work done on my YouTube channel. Now that I've dialed in a morning routine that works for me, I've started to see real progress in all areas of my life. So in this video, I'll go through all the different types of morning routines that I've tried, the advantages and disadvantages of each, and what's led me to my current routine, which I've found has best allowed me to maximize my productivity, grow my YouTube channel, save time, and still take care of my health every morning. So first up, we've got the ultimate self-development routine, and this is that classic, extra long routine that includes all the good habits that you see the self-improvement gurus or biohackers or like Andrew Huberman preaching about. You wake up, you drink a little salt water, you get your natural sunlight, you do your breath work, you go for a morning walk, or maybe you hit a workout, you do some stretching, some meditation, maybe a cold shower, affirmations, visualizations, journaling, planning out your day, planning out your week. You get the idea. Now, that's not to say that those habits aren't good. I think all those examples are definitely beneficial for most people's lives and worth considering implementing into your day at some point. But spending hours doing your morning routine simply isn't realistic for most of us who have a full-time job or have limited time in the morning. Now, like I said, it definitely feels nice to do that type of routine, but that's pretty much all you have time for. You do your morning routine, boom, morning's over, go to work, goodbye. I remember feeling some sense of accomplishment and like I was improving my physical and mental health, but at the same time, I wasn't really progressing towards my main goals in life. If you've got the freedom to spend loads of time on your morning routine, or maybe your full-time job or work is your main focus in life, you're not trying to start some side business or side hustle, or maybe you already have your own business and so you kind of have this freedom for how you want to spend your time, then I think these longer routines can be a great option. If you are trying to start a side hustle or business, but you're having trouble managing your time outside of your day job and would like to set up some good routines and systems to ensure that you achieve your goals, you can apply for a free 30-minute consultation with me. That's the top link in the description. Next up, we have the straight to work routine. And this is kind of like having no morning routine, but not in a bad way like we used to do where we wake up at the last minute and just scroll on our phone. This is where we basically wake up and immediately just get to work. You may have seen this video from Rian Doris where he recommends getting to work within like 90 seconds, working for a few hours, and then doing all the standard self-development recovery habits. I tried this out for a while, and honestly, it works pretty well. Although you might wake up, a little tired and groggy, if you just start working, you'll kind of wake up into that flow state, and you'll definitely be able to get a lot of productive work done first thing in the morning. But eventually, I started experiencing a couple issues that made me make some changes to this routine. This works really well if the main type of work you do is just like writing on your computer or editing a video or something. And so on days where my main deep work task was just like scripting a YouTube video or finishing an edit, it worked great. I just wake up and open up my laptop either in bed or just quickly go to my desk and just get to work. But writing or doing things on my computer isn't always my main deep work task that I want to do first thing in the morning. I'll often want to record YouTube videos like I am right now, or take thumbnail pictures, which I don't necessarily want to look or feel super groggy and half asleep for. And I still do want to get some of the crucial biohacking recovery habits in it. And I found that when I did this routine, I would get a lot of deep focus work done, but then I usually just wouldn't end up leaving enough time to do any of those recovery habits and would end up being all in a rush before work because, I still was in my pajamas and hadn't brushed my teeth yet or anything. So I would end up skipping out on most of those habits. I've since settled on what I like to call my essentialist morning routine that I've found has worked best for me. It allows me to quickly get to work without using up too much of my mental energy while still getting in what I think are the essential habits to set my day up for success. So let's remind ourselves what the actual purpose of a morning routine is, in my eyes, it's something that can be done consistently to prepare us for the main activities of the day. I see it kind of like a pregame ritual for your entire day. So you've maybe seen athletes like Steph Curry. I think he takes a shot from the tunnel, or LeBron does his whole clap thing with the chalk and stuff. Basically just some small things that will get you into the zone that you can actually stay consistent with. I also like to think of ourselves as having kind of a battery, just like your phone. You start the day with ideally 100% charge, a full battery. And all the different things you do throughout the day, especially in the morning, start to deduct from your battery's charge. I talk a lot on this channel about the importance of doing your most important, difficult, high leverage task first thing in the morning when you have the most mental energy and your battery is still at full capacity. So we don't want our morning ritual to drain our battery to 60-70% by the time we actually start our real work. Steph Curry's pregame ritual or warm-up isn't to play an entire game of basketball. He's saving that for the actual game. So the first thing I did was eliminate any unnecessary noise or friction that drains my mental battery first thing in the morning. So these can be small things like choosing what to wear, planning out your day, filling up your water bottle, getting your work task ready. All of this friction can be easily eliminated by just dedicating a few minutes the night before to put out your clothes, plan out your day, set up the camera to film the YouTube video, that kind of stuff. Next, I implemented what I found to be the essential morning habits. So I wanted to save time in the morning while minimizing the loss of my mental sort of battery or brain points, but I also recognized that there were certain activities that dramatically improved my performance and productivity if I did them specifically prior to my morning deep work. If I start a normal day at, let's say, 90 or 100% battery, I feel like when I do these certain activities, my battery actually jumps up to like 120%. Whereas other habits make me feel a little bit drained by the time I start work, both in terms of my mental energy and also just the amount of time I have. So here's my current routine that has been working so well for me, and that is to first wake up at 6 a.m. every single day of the week. I think having a consistent wake up time is really crucial, and this is something that I only really started doing the past 3 weeks, where I've woken up at 6 a.m. every single day, even on weekends. Even if I stayed up a little bit past my bedtime, I still just woke up at 6 a.m. And once you do this for a week, you cross some sort of threshold where you just wake up so much easier. At the same time, your body wakes up a little bit before your alarm, and all of my sort of sleep and recovery stats from my fitness trackers all have been reflecting that every day I'm just well recovered, no matter what time necessarily I went to bed the night before or what I did the previous day. As long as I wake up at the same time every single day, I feel pretty good every single day. So as soon as I wake up, I quickly go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and get into a 3-minute cold shower. Now, getting into a cold shower first thing in the morning is definitely difficult, and it might drain a little bit of my mental battery. It takes some discipline to actually get in there. But once I finish the cold shower, I feel amazing. I feel at 150% energy, just ready to relentlessly attack my plan and goals for the day. I've definitely found that on days when I skip the cold shower, my days are still okay, but I just don't have that same sort of drive and energy. I go about my day, my mornings, with a little more laziness, at a more of a leisurely pace, which can be good on some days when you just want to, take it easy. But I find that, if I really want to make progress on my goals and get everything done that I plan for that day, starting the day with a cold shower is essential. Next up, I'll make a little homemade electrolyte elixir, because I'm too cheap to get the fancy electrolyte packs that all the podcasters use. But in this, I'll also put a little bit of collagen, which is supposed to be good for your skin, and occasionally some creatine to help with muscle building and also cognitive performance. Then I'll sit down at my desk and I'll turn on my bright YouTube light, and I'll just kind of sit in front of it and do a quick 5-minute meditation. And the idea with this is, one, with the YouTube light, is to kind of mimic the sunlight, because usually when I wake up, the sun is still down, but I still want to get those bright lights in my eyes to set my circadian rhythm. And then the meditation is to really just help kind of warm up my focus muscles, get me in the zone, tune out distractions, so that when I do start my deep work, I can stay focused and slip into that flow state. So this short routine has become an effective, simple pregame ritual to get me into the zone that I'm also able to stay super consistent with. It allows me to get a solid session of deep work in before my day job, while also boosting my productivity and performance with the essential habits that don't take up too much time. So when I do this routine, I'm usually ready to start my deep work by 6:30 a.m. at the latest, and you'll notice at no point in my routine do I drink any kind of caffeine, coffee, yerba mate, matcha, any of that type of stuff. And I'm still able to keep up my energy levels and focus throughout the entire day. Click this video right now to see how I stay focused and alert all day without caffeine. As always, do something today that your future self would thank you for.